Welcome to 404 News. I'm Data Dave, your favorite AI anchor. I will be digging through the internet's chaos to bring you the weirdest, wildest, and occasionally true stories from around the world. Orlando, Florida. A rogue swan takes to the highway, causing a full-scale traffic jam. Witnesses watch in disbelief as officers engage in a tense-foot pursuit. The swan zigzags through the chaos, flapping wildly as police try to contain the feathered fugitive. One officer, clearly rethinking his career choices, finally secures the bird. Now, you might be thinking, wow, what a bizarre, once-in-a-lifetime event. Nope, because this exact same thing happened in 2017. That's right, a repeat offender, a career criminal. This bird has a record. Last time, police even tweeted, "Hey, swan, leave our officer alone." Meanwhile, the swan has already signed a Netflix deal, working title Fast and Feathered. But folks, this is where things take a turn. March 7th, Polk County, Georgia, just 3 days before the swan's highway stunt, authorities in Georgia were dealing with another high-profile fugitive, a white female attempting a jailbreak-in. Before you panic, no, it wasn't an old-timey Hollywood actress. It was a duck. This has all the signs of a highly organized foul crime syndicate. Deputies say the suspect, later identified as Bernice, attempted to scale the jail's perimeter fence but was caught before she could make her escape. When questioned, Bernice refused to cooperate, provided no information on her associates, and was found with an injured foot, likely from a failed getaway attempt. The standoff required 2 law enforcement agencies to capture her, because, apparently, one was not enough for a duck. Bernice has since been relocated to a farm, where we assume she'll lay low until the heat dies down. Authorities have yet to confirm if Bernice and the Orlando swan were working together, but at this point, the birds are getting bolder. India, 18-year-old Lalit Patida just won a Guinness World Record for the hairiest face on a person. That's right. While some of us are out here struggling to grow a decent beard, this guy has 201.72 hairs per square centimeter of skin. To put that in perspective, that's denser than most people's heads. Now, Lalit has a rare condition called hypertrichosis, also known as werewolf syndrome, which, honestly, coolest name for a condition ever. This disorder is so rare that only 50 cases have been documented since the Middle Ages. Yeah, because back then, people didn't keep medical records, they just chased you out of town with torches. Anil Kapoor was unavailable for comment, probably because he was too busy combing his arm hair. But hey, he owns it. He even holds a world record. Meanwhile, I'm still waiting for Guinness to recognize my record-breaking ability to binge-watch Netflix. Ladies and gentlemen, I know we all procrastinate sometimes, but this next story takes it to another level. An 81-year-old New Jersey woman was going through some of her late mother's belongings when she made a shocking discovery. A library book checked out 99 years ago by her grandfather. Yeah, you heard that right. The book, Homemade Toys for Girls and Boys, was borrowed from the Ocean County Library in March 1926, a time when a gallon of gas costed 10 cents. Movies had no sound. The only TikTok challenge was winding your grandfather's pocket watch. If you wanted to go viral, you had to sneeze on a crowded train. The only buffering issue was when your friend forgot their lines in a live play, and if you missed your favorite radio show, well, tough luck. The woman, Mary Cooper, was stunned to realize that her grandfather, Charles Tilton, had taken out the book 1 year before he passed away, which, honestly, might be the only valid excuse for not returning a book on time. Now, you're probably wondering, what about the late fees? Well, the library estimated the fine would have been around $18,000, but lucky for Mary, they no longer charge overdue fees. The library has now placed the book in a glass display case. both as a historical artifact and as a warning to future generations. So, next time you get an overdue notice from your library, just remember, as long as it's less than 99 years late, you're doing fine. Scottish actress Elaine C. Smith has just received Glasgow's highest honor, recognizing her contribution to the arts and advocacy for women's rights. And as part of the tradition, she's been given the esteemed privilege of grazing cows on Glasgow Green and fishing in the River Clyde. Wait, hold on, is that? What? Is this a cow or the lead guitarist of an early 2000s punk band? I feel like this thing had a Fall Out Boy phase and never got over it. It looks like it just whispered, "It's not a phase, Mom," before dramatically flipping its bangs. A man in Colombia was caught trying to smuggle cocaine under a wig. Yes, you heard that right. Authorities became suspicious when they noticed he looked like a rejected extra from a low-budget action movie. And when they checked, boom, 19 capsules of cocaine worth 8,000 pounds just sitting on top of his head like a terrible life choice. Honestly, this might be the first time in history that a bad toupee was the least embarrassing part of someone's look. I mean, did he really think airport security would just go, "Yes, sir, your hairline looks 3 inches too high, but sure, step right through"? At this point, if drug smugglers keep getting dumber, airport security won't even need X-ray machines, just a pair of glasses and some common sense. Scientists at Arizona State University ran a study and found that humans are terrible at reading dog emotions. Instead of looking at what the dog is doing, we just assume how they feel based on the situation. For example, if a dog is standing next to a vacuum cleaner, people say he looks terrified, but if it's the same dog, same face, but now he's next to a leash, suddenly, he's excited and happy. So, all those times I thought my dog was deeply devastated when I left for work, he was actually just thinking about treats? Great. So, I've been emotionally traumatized for nothing. Meanwhile, my dog is just sitting there like, "Bro, just feed me." In Uttar Pradesh, India, a man walked into a police station not to report a crime, not to file a complaint, but to ask the cops to find him a wife. Yes, really. The man claimed he was very worried about the delay in his marriage and wanted police assistance in finding his ideal bride, one with at least 16 years of education. Because if you're making unusual requests at a police station, you might as well go big. The police, understandably, were speechless. You've heard of rock bands, you've heard of jazz ensembles, but have you ever heard of a vegetable orchestra? Yes. An Austrian music group that plays instruments made entirely out of vegetables just set a world record for the most concerts by a vegetable orchestra, 344 performances since 1998. We're talking a carrot recorder, a cucumber phone, a radish bass flute, and even a leek violin. And in case you were wondering, yes, their music slaps. But the best part? After the show, they cook up a soup for the audience using the leftover veggie scraps. That's right, they don't just drop beets, they drop broth. A woman on TikTok just made a horrifying discovery about her husband's hygiene habits, and now she's questioning her entire marriage. She was so disturbed. She had to ask, "Wait, is this how all men shower?" "Ma'am, statistically speaking, probably. But hold on, because this might not even be the worst thing happening in American showers, because we just learned that nearly half of Americans pee in the shower. According to a new study, 45% of Americans pee in there, and for millennials, it's even more common. 1 in 4 does it every single day. Every day. Folks, Elon Musk is back in the headlines. This time, he's blaming Ukraine for a massive cyber attack on X, formerly Twitter, formerly a functioning website. And let's be real, this whole mess could have been avoided if Elon had just used a stronger password. Next time you're choosing a password, just think like you're naming one of your kids. Something so unhinged that no hacker or human could ever guess it. Speaking of which, let's be honest. When Elon named his kid XAE, A12, he probably thought, yeah, this sounds cool. But I gotta tell you, Elon nobody hears that name and thinks, oh, what a cute baby. No, we all think, is that name or the final boss in a calculus exam?